WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you doing? Aw, did you find your land nav point, Lieutenant? Good job, Lieutenant. You get a
Expert Action Badge.
Put on your uniform right.
Expert Action Badge.
Show up to work on time.
Expert Action Badge.
Qualify on your weapon.
Expert Action Badge. Badge of Action.
Find your guide on.
Expert Action Badge.
That's right. Just doing your noble warrior task and drills, you get a
Expert Action Badge.
Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Shit in a bag, Pogue. Badge of Action.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Action Badge.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Break 'em off, Sub. Yeah. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence this 27 October. Yeah. I'm your host, Army retired Sergeant Major Ken Ramos. It's kind of cool to be able to say that a lot. Welcome you to Sergeant's Time, broadcasting deep within the mountain compound or somewhere in the basement of the Pentagon. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe the Alamo. Who knows? Man. Thank you guys and gals. This is going to be a fun Thursday night. Tonight, we're going to be talking about recruiting. Yeah, I even got my, hang on, I got my Special Operations Recruiting t-shirt, my Go Army soft stuff, because tonight we have Recruiter Times. Recruiter Times is going to be on the net. I'm excited, man. I'm going to have these guys coming on here and broadcasting from my basement. Yeah, exactly. I'm retired. Yeah. So we have Recruiter Times coming on at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. And, woo, there's already getting some, hey, what the hell? You guys are going to, I'd say you're still broadcasting, I say you broadcast from your second S in-laws basement. 2, 3, I gotta count them now. Yeah, we'll go with that, Pooks. We'll go with that. Second X. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with second X. How about that? We're gonna have the team from our Recruiter Times. The thing is that they're not gonna be on camera. You're gonna hear their voice, and there you go. We'll see how that turns out. We don't know which one they're going to get, where they're going to tell us a little bit about themselves, and we'll get the deets from them later. And then all the enlistment questions that you have, you'll be able to call in after we do the interview. Once I say, hey, we're taking calls for Recruiter Times, then you guys can give a call in, and they'll be able to hear, and they can answer, and then, we'll move it along. And there you go. Enlisting is your bonus. That's right. That's the thing. Enlisting is the bonus. That's the bonus. So deal with it. You should be thankful that you're in, right? At any rate. So we're going to have them come on at 9 o'clock, and I'm already getting some flack. Not some flack, but I'm just like, hey, you're going to have Recruiter Times coming on? And I'm like, yeah, well, why not? They are the voice, the other side of recruiting and of USAREC. So we figure, hey, why not? Have them come on, and we'll see what You got your voted sticker. Hey, what's up? Do you get an expert soldier badge? You do. Voting. Yep, exactly. Did you go see your voting assistance officer? Man. So being in your unit is the bonus. That's right, Josiah. Where at? You got to say it. You got to wait. We can't say back at brag anymore. We got to say back at Liberty or Fort Liberty. So yeah, hang on. Let me see. So there's been some posts lately. There's some cringe butthurtness going on within the veteran and military community about just stuff getting posted. It's like, holy shit. Social media has given people just a rhyme or reason just to like have you blab and then cry and complain about everything, and it's just like, God. First, real quick, I just want to say our thoughts are with the family of Ash Carter, former defense secretary under Obama. He died at 68 years old of an unexpected sudden cardiac event on Monday, his family said in a statement, and he's survived by his wife Stephanie and his children Ava and Will. So our thoughts go with the family, and holy crap, Fort Mold, yeah. So if you guys served with him, I think he served from some of the older individuals. Well, he hasn't been that old, but February 2015 to January 2017 is when he served as Secretary of Defense. And yeah, it's kind of like, wow, it's kind of sudden. That's the time where you sit there and look at yourself and your family, and you never ever will just, fucking, you never know when it's your time. It's your time, and you gotta say goodbye or whatever. And sometimes you better say what you want to say. I don't know. Having beefs and having arguments with family members, and something were to happen to you, then you didn't get to say goodbye to them. And I know individuals like that. So, Zachary, so this is who runs Army WTF Moments. No way, dude. You run Army WTF Moments. You are our credentials, Zachary. Well, thank you for listening. That's what you wanted to know? That's it? Okay. Well, welcome. Welcome to listening into us, and that's it. We already got some angry faces in here. Why are you guys like throwing some angry emojis? We didn't do anything. I don't know why you're throwing some drama out. And of course, we're closing up, and I gotta put this out. This is October. This is the last week of October, and even though it's closing up, it is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So an annual campaign, of course, to raise awareness about the impact of breast cancer. Oh, awesome. Good deal. Good deal. Appreciate it, Zachary. Appreciate it. Like I said, you guys provide the content. It's not us. You guys send us the shit. So just go ahead and go to WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page. You'll see a post that was posted up about a couple days ago of all the stuff on breast cancer awareness, to include an article from the Department of Veteran Affairs. And there we go. There you have it. So I just wanted to just throw some reminders out. And let me see what else. What are the mill news that I wanted to throw out, because this is kind of cool that if they're angry, then you were doing a good job exposing them. We'll appreciate it. Sometimes it's the right people that are angry. At sometimes buying the broccoli to give into future soldiers. Here's the thing. A lot of the right people that get angry, or the wrong people that get angry, and the right people that get angry, if that makes any sense. So for instance, if we're posting something from a unit and the commander doesn't know that this is going on in the unit, even though there have been attempts through the organization to fix something, then we do give them opportunity to fix it. If they don't fix it, then it gets posted. Too easy, right? Isn't that what the whole intent is? With great power comes great responsibility, and if they don't listen, then, or a public affairs officer gets a little bit too touchy and gets a little bit butthurt and sensitive and thinks that we're destroying the force and a breakdown of good order and discipline because we posted some dirt that everyone that just like walked by, right? What's that saying? If you walk by an illegal standard, you walk something that's not standard, you just set a whole new standard, yada, whatever. Pick your freaking leadership idiom, euphemism, and a quote that you put on the bottom of a signature block. And that's what happens. Brigade legal does not work for the soldier. There you go. Unless, of course, trial defense. Yeah, so yeah, it's we do get our policy is not to reveal our inbox, and our policy is not to reveal some of the emails and DMs that we get. But god damn, there's some times that I want to post some of the hate mail that we get. I want to post some of the drama that we get. Man. Some angry individuals out there. Angry. Went back and forth with the PAO one time, and it was freaking hilarious. This guy was part of the 3rd ACR. And, Lordy. This was back in the Colonel Admiral days. And he was every admin that he spoke to in the inbox, to including myself, he got mad and Lordy. And of course we just like, okay, we'll just give it to the commander. We'll just pass it off. Speaking of which, how's all that mold doing? I know Fort Benning, JRTC, how's y'all mold? Y'all getting some what was that? What's that guy on Dave? The character that Dave Chappelle plays? Y'all got some mold? Y'all got some mold? I know there's a lot of people that are going to drop some comments in there. Drop your comments in there because your leadership looks at it. For all of them, fuck it, all the posts. I know right now JRTC at their OC Academy. How them showers? I'm not saying I got pictures of y'all showers, but them showers, man. Yeah, Tyrone Big Ups. Is that who it is? Is that who it is? Yeah. Yeah. All that mold stuff. Oh, we got a public affairs guy. There we go. As a former public affairs, always show the love to the staff. Make friends wherever you go. That's right. Can't confirm or deny any of your comments or inbox messages there, Christopher. I know there's a lot of PAOs that will sit down and listen to all what we got to say and get mad and whatever, and they'll come after you. Lately, there's been some, especially in USASOC after the Smoke Bomb Hill Barracks and the Dickinson mock-up memorial. Oof, man. And USAREC with recruiter times. Man, how fitting. Mold builds character. They have sent messages and they have told their soldiers and given them the edicts that you will not comment, like, share, love, or follow anything or emoji on U.S. Army WTF moments or recruiter times. Unappreciated but always needed, huh? Recruiter times. You notice that? A lot of stuff that we do. Not service related exactly. It's funny how they don't want to like work on the mold and stuff like that, but want you to like register for a burn pit registry that isn't possibly working. So are we all over the the Tom Brady drama? The Tom Brady. I noticed that I noticed those memes didn't get very much traction. I think there's some bias there. That if it had been anybody else but Tom Brady, we would have dogpiled them all as the military and veteran community. I will never forget getting threatened with an Article 15 for submitting a photo to WTF. Man, there have been leaders that have been threatened with command relief. That's why I always like, hey, can we just like, flex up, break that policy, that internal policy that we have of the commanders that are threatening their soldiers for posting shit? I always get denied, but what was I saying? Yeah, there's a lot of drama. I think it's bias. I think there's a lot of Tom Brady fans out there that didn't like the military veteran community dogpiling on Tom Brady. Like he can't say anything or something like that. When I thought that was the outrage, right? I bet you if it had been somebody else, what would have happened if, as a matter of fact, I saw some memes. What would have happened if we saw Colin Kaepernick doing the same thing? Everybody would have dogpiled him too, right? If he said deployments or like footballs, like being in the military, time away from your family, yada, yada, yada. I just want to make sure that they're good deal. Boy, you guys keep the comments going. Keep the comments going. Can't wait for the Schofield Barracks Camp Lejeune water commercials. You ain't lying. What was it? The Red Hill Fuel Depot naval refueling spot. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Yeah, you know the reg. They like to. It's kind of funny. Is like the army when the PAOs or leadership go after their soldiers for posting something on social media. They'll use the regulation, and if they can't dig into the regulation, they'll go into the DODI, and then if they don't go in the DODI, they'll start like throwing like Hatch Act, and they'll start throwing all this freaking constitutional shit at you, trying to get you hemmed up and trying to get your just for saying, haha, that was funny. Even if it was something, if it's not even a big deal, like it's an overturned tank. WTF Moments policy is never to post any pictures in the event there are injuries involved. So we don't post that stuff, because in some instances, if we have a picture of that, then there's more to the pictures that we get. So if that makes any sense, and so we don't, especially if there's a serious injury or death involved, we don't post that. But I noticed the rage on that. There's individuals that will get mad and see something about being posted, and then, if you are a loved one that has been affected by the water of Schofield Barracks, you may be entitled to compensation, but don't ever ask for the fucking mold compensation, or do not submit a burn pit. Tanks have feelings too. That's right. You know, if you go out to a tank and you rub it on its side, it'll flip over, and then you rub its belly. That's how you know it works. Pretty good. I injure myself just taking pictures sometimes. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. What was another story? So there's a story right now. A spokesman within the North Carolina National Guard declined to make someone available to answer questions on the story on camera about a soldier who reported a toxic workplace in the North Carolina National Guard and then was fired for getting counseling to deal with it. Hang on, let me get blinded by the sun for a second. April Jeffcoat served in the Army National Guard for more than a decade by the time she moved to North Carolina. Previous postings include time with the South Carolina National Guard, working for the National Guard Bureau at the Pentagon. She decided to transfer to the North Carolina National Guard in 2019 to become a recruiter. Wow. Talk about pertinence to the story, right? When I got here to North Carolina, it was an immediate struggle. She's one of two women who called a WBTV, and hoping to spotlight what they say is a toxic culture in the North Carolina National Guard. Ooh, do tell. So when are we picking on recruiting? In about 30 minutes. Usually I'll rant and blab and blah, 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 and get to talk to the fans and all that for about an hour prior to, and then the guests come on at 9 o'clock. I don't know if you've ever heard of the term the good old boy system, but the North Carolina Air National Guard is known for the good old boy system. There you go. No pun intended to the good old boys of North Carolina. Get them, South, get them, get it, North Carolina. No, bad joke. The secretary, the North Carolina Secretary of Public Affairs, Eddie Buffalo, who oversees the National Guard, called for claims both by Jeffco and Swinton to be fully investigated. The secretary takes these allegations seriously and feels it appropriate for them to be fully investigated at both the state and federal level. These matters have to go through the process that's being conducted in accordance with military protocols. Yeah, you ain't lying, Will. You ain't lying, man. I know that. Know that for the fact that I have been in the Guard myself and have seen that. You try to apply for an AGR tech position, and then the next thing you know, you have somebody that's going to, I don't know, they get you freaking, they don't like you, or you didn't do something with them or for them, but they're bros who just showed up at the unit all of a sudden get that job. I know that. Yeah, exactly that. It's a normal standard response. I know a lot of you guys are willing to comment. You guys can comment, right? But maybe, I don't know, get some burners or something like that, or send something to the inbox at WTF Nation Radio while we're talking, and that way you can get, or send it to Recruiter Times too. You can send it stuff there too. So recruiters can't get snake-bit due to professional courtesy. Exactly. Mobilize together, promote together. Yeah, man, it's a shitty situation. Did you guys hear about that Marine kid? The kid that wanted to join the Marine Corps? He loses 100 pounds. Another topic, man. It's like the topics that Recruiter Times will be asked or pertinent to enlisting. Will be asked. Can't wait. 19-year-old Michigan man says his hopes to his recent weight loss can motivate others. Hey, man, anytime you want to get rid of the fat, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. When he first walked into the Marine Corps recruiter, Karos Reinhold's office, he had a long way to go in achieving his goal of becoming a Marine. Recruiter says that he wanted to be a Marine, and I took that to heart, and it meant a lot to me. Stevens was over 300 pounds, but the recruiter saw potential. Said he was willing to take him under his wing, help him, and show him everything I could. It was worth it. He is an outstanding young man, end quote. With a bit of help of recruiters and determination work, he lost more than 100 pounds in a year. Quote, I looked at myself and looked at Staff Sergeant Reinhold and Sergeant Kors and other Marines and realized I need to uphold myself to a higher standard. This is gonna get hot. It's the standards that we're talking about, right? It's the standards. The 19-year-old said he's excited to join the Brotherhood and serve. It's a family, and I'm excited to be part of it. Just get you in the fields, man, doesn't it? Recruiter says that for Austin, it wasn't, I have to lose 100 pounds tomorrow. He said, you can't take the whole situation and accomplishment at once. Set a goal and set how you will get there and keep pushing. He is currently starting boot camp this past weekend. Well, actually right now. And he plans on specializing in cybersecurity for the Marine Corps. Damn. That's pretty badass. Speaking of Marine Corps, did you see their new fucking commercial? Their new badass fucking, matter of fact, do y'all want to see it? Do you think we'll get in trouble? Do you think we'll get locked? We show the Marine Corps. It's pretty cool. I think it is. Here, let me see. Let me pull it up. I don't know, man. People talking about the new recruiters. Oh God, can we please not compare Marine commercials to Army ones? Well, I'll be honest with you. There has been entities that have offered to support in their commercials. Yours truly. I get a lot of compliments for the intro to Sergeant's Time. That's offer to help. We could have done the same. We could have done the same thing. A Marine vet founded Taco Bell. He didn't find Crayola? He didn't find Crayola? So, better than that lone guy. Hey, hang on. Let me pull it up. Let me screen cap this, and then we'll
The future.
All right, hang on. Oh yeah, the future. Here, let me see. Let me get a window cap, and then what we'll do is we'll post it up for you guys to see it. How about that? Give you guys a look. There we go. There you go. It's gonna be right next to me. It's gonna be on my side right here. It's gonna be on my side. And of course, a recruiter mentions Taco Bell. All right, are you guys ready to see this? Hang on, let me this here, and then let me put the screen cap up. This is from the Twitter site of the USMC. Let's all take a look.
The future is threatened by enemies often unrelenting,
Marines, get these people out of here.
It's gonna be all right.
unexpected, and unpredictable.
Stay alert, Marines.
In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical.
Enemy drones down.
Because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater.
Sending coordinates now.
When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
Damn. Marines. Now, I had some friends tell me, that real quick, hey, I do have conspiracy theory friends. The first thing that popped up when they saw that was was this right here? What was this scene right here? You know that conspiracy theory that birds are drones and they're not real? This right here made a ton of my, my friends kind of laugh about it. You know, when you see the scene right here and they're going through like that, you see the birds lift up and then there you go. And they turn into drones. So does that fit the conspiracy theory? That birds are drones? Didn't know Marines had HIMARS. There you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Look at that again. You guys want to see that? I mean, we'll play it. We'll play it as we're watching. I wanted to give you guys and gals the straight up, you know. There's the Harley Davidson of aircraft, the V-22 Osprey, always breaking down. And then let's see, and they got some river, right there. Look like they got some stuff right there going on. Here comes the conspiracy theory with the drones and the birds. They turn into. Wait a minute. There you go. They got that jamming, the EMP stuff. Notice that it didn't jam out their equipment. So who knows? What else? Oh, there's some snow stuff right there with some of that digital camo that the Army used to have. That's pretty cool. The HIMARS thing right there. Look at that. That's pretty badass as well. Look at that. There you go. There's like some Ivan ships right there. A little J-35. Dropping a bomb on that. Marines. One concept. Marines. Come on. Doesn't that make you want to join the Marines? Boy, this is a recruiting night, isn't it? They got that 5G antenna. The largest amphibious assault in U.S. history made by who? Ooh. Oh. We're talking about the Army? I mean, if we're gonna crack on the Marines about their equipment, about doing an amphibious landing, don't their vehicles have to get to the shore at least, unless they're not, you know, provided they don't sink? Raw yet kill, exactly. What yet? Yeah, this is fake news. No way the Marines have this type of equipment. Didn't know the Marines have Sean Mace, you have 2 moms? Well, good. And the military is inclusive. That's what I'm talking about. Be proud. Be proud aloud. There you go. So, anyways, that's the Marine commercial. Let me look for the Army one. Hang on. Let me since so that was the Marine one. I think y'all know what recruiting we're talking about, right? When someone says, you know, I mean, at least the Army can be trusted with tanks. Isn't that why the Marines got their tanks taken away? Is because they don't use them enough or didn't use them enough? But anyways, let me see. Let's see what we're looking at right here. Oh shit! You guys want to join me on the Twitters too? Here we go. We can screen right here. See some of the stuff right here, and of course we have again. You know, Recruiter Times will obviously to give us some insight and some information on some of this. Let me see U.S. Army recruiting. There we go. Go to the USAREX site. Look, they follow us too. We follow them. There we go. So right here, so the biggest part of the Army ever-growing family. The reason why I joined the Army was for the credentials and schooling. We receive going into debt. We're gonna get that information out too, because I kind of want to find out where we are with their bonuses and tuition. It changes every year or every 6 months. It seems like. I visited a recruiting station and had PAOs and everybody just running to me to see what am I doing here. They sent me a card, sent me some. Gave me some little, some little lickies and chewies, and then they said, "There you go. Thank you for coming to visit." I myself, as a retired NCO, could not, at least ask. Let's see. Yeah, like I'm saying, the post 9/11 GI Bill is pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see. Here we go. The future soldier prep course. I'm kind of curious about that. I wonder if Recruiter Times has stats on that. I'd like to get some of these guys. As a matter of fact, I want to get the commandant of the preparatory of the future soldier prep course. Let's see. Look here. Keep looking. There you go. I'm not seeing any videos though. Of course, this is not bashing Usurex Twitter account. I'm just looking for a commercial here. Hang on. Let's see. Hang on.
Hello, folks. Staff Sergeant back again. I'm here to talk to you about the Bradley fighting vehicle, M2A4. So a little bit of crew notes here. This vehicle is capable of carrying 10 people, to include a crew of 3. If you want to follow me, I'll take you around. Inside this funny-looking hatch here, this is where our driver sits. Right behind him is where one dismount would sit down. Inside the turret, you have your TC or your track commander and your gunner that sit up in the turret. If you want to keep following me around. On the back side here, we have a drop ramp. The ramp can drop and it can open up to the inside of the vehicle where the rest of the 6 crew members would be. Hello, folks. Staff Sergeant back.
There you go. Let's listen to another one right here. Oh, look at that airborne shit. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. All the way. Pack a brag. What is it? Is that 82nd? Is that 82nd stuff? Oh, hang on. Cannon crew member. It's an artillerist. Hang on.
I'm Private First Class Cody Winokur from Severna Park, Maryland. I'm a 13 Bravo, which is a Cannon crew member. I chose to be a 13 Bravo to work in close, tight-knit teams. It's a combat MOS, and you get to shoot big cannons. I joined the Army to be a part of a team bigger than myself and to do purposeful, meaningful work.
There you go. Back at Liberty. Was it the Pentagon Papers? Is that what you're talking about, the Bradley there, Pookie? That is pretty funny. Let's see what else. Congrats to First Sergeant Hammond for being named Usurex First Sergeant of the Year. Announced 14 October. Man. What else? What's up, Baconator? Let's see what other videos we got. We're all recruiting today, so this is GoArmySoft/GoArmy.com, right? So hang on.
Hi everybody, this is Sergeant First Class Acevedo, Sergeant Ace. I'm from New York City Battalion, Queens Company, here at the Usurex Station Commander Board. I want to shout out to my team down there in 6 Echo, 1 Go 6 Echo. Of course, I want to actually say hello to my family, my beautiful wife, and my beautiful daughters. You are my support. Hey, AGR representing Puerto Rico.
Pretty cool. There you go. AGR in Puerto Rico. Cyan. Exactly that, Cyan. Could you believe I used to talk like, I used to have an accent like that when I was younger? You know? Exactly, Oscar. Exactly. All right, let's see. So we got some other stuff going on. That's some 88 Mike, motor transport operator. Let's see. Yeah, man. Look at all those good stuff here. I don't know about. Let's see, hang on. Oh, sorry. Name Resource Army Reserve NCO of the Year. Hang on. Let's see what we've got here.
Hi, my name is Sergeant First Class Giovanna Avila. I was born July 15, 1983, and I was born in Quito, Ecuador. I moved to the United States when I was 4 years old. I grew up and went to school in Newark, New Jersey. Immediately after graduating high school, I joined the United States Army. I have traveled all over the world. I also attained my U.S. citizenship through the Army.
That's what I'm talking about.
Which has been great. And I am currently a U.S. Army Reserve recruiter for USAREC in the United States Army. My journey in the Army has been amazing. I am proud to call the United States my adopted country. I have served over 16 years and I continue to serve until I no longer can.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep, exactly. I used to say the same thing. Until I drop dead or they fucking kick me out. and then I had something happen that I almost like dropped dead. So don't ever pin that. Just say it till they get you out. How about that? Let's see what else we got in here. We got some new future soldiers making the.
Never be scared to leave your hometown to grow. As much as you love your hometown, it's the one place that'll kill your dream if you stay there too long. You move to a new city, you lose nothing. You only gain an opportunity that can change your life. The thing about your hometown is it's never gonna change. You can always come back and do the same thing that you've been doing with the same people. But you go to a new city, it might be a new relationship that could change your life. It might be a new job opportunity that never been possible for you before. You might seek mentorship you never thought you would have. More than anything, you might see something that you never thought was possible for your life. But the hometown is the comfort killer. You can never be scared to leave.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, Pookie says there's no commo videos, so Usurek, you need to up the game. Got to show some commo stuff. There's 70. That's a 92 Fox or something like that. Petroleum supply specialist, fueler. Let's see. Oh, there's hospital geospatial engineer, 12 Yankee. Hang on, I'm looking for there's combat engineer. Hang on, looking for the commo stuff. You guys complaining about the comm stuff, so. Oh, check this out. Snap, look at this.
Shadow is a reconnaissance aircraft. It is currently outfitted with a Delta payload capable of laser designating rockets, Hellfires. This aircraft in particular holds about 58 liters of fuel. It has 9 hours of flight, and it can reach up to over 10,000 feet altitude. The way the system is designed is we show up with the Shadow, put it on a high-powered launcher, which is basically a giant metal slingshot. It has hydraulic and nitrogen pressure. It pulls the thing back. Right here underneath it, it locks in to the shuttle and then launches it off the rails at about 88 miles an hour.
Notice he said it launches off the rails at 88 miles an hour so it can go back in time, right? Oh, I got some infantry guys. Combat medic. This is some of the stuff to stimulate the conversation when we have Recruiter Times coming on here. They're going to talk about what's currently going on, and they're going to talk about what other happenings are going on. So, let's see. Recruiting NCOs, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't see no commo. 13 Bravo, cannon crew member. Or as I like to say, artillerist. Medical Battalion. WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments has been invited, by the way, for a recruiting brigade event in San Antonio coming soon. And yours truly will be out there. And hell, I might do up some contracts. I might get some prospects out there. Yeah, I'm announcing it now because it's cool if we get it. Let me see. I was a combat engineer, so I'm entitled to say fuck the engineers. Okay. I'm trying. I don't see any. I'm already going back to August, and I don't see any commo there, Pooks. No, I just see Tampa Recruiting Battalion. Let me see what else. What's that one right here? No, some guard stuff. Nope, this is some logistics stuff. There's 3 people you don't piss off. Finance, logistics, chow, right? And commo, of course. I don't want to disrespect commo there, Pookie, because if you don't have commo, you're just camping out. PAO candidates. PAO candidate, just, send up some information. Oh, you saw 25 Lima? Where? I don't see that. Where? I don't see it. Where? Am I scrolling too fast? Here's some Seaburn right there. I know Spanky. This is Spanky's career field. She was a 42 out. She's got like 3 MOS or 5 MOS or something like that. But this was her. She was a chemical NCO, and she was. Let's see. Damn, I was getting me hyped up. Man, I was expecting the guy climbing a pole. That's what she said. Anyways, okay, I'm sorry, Pookie. Let me see. Was that up there? I don't want to scroll up. We might find something. Hang on. Yeah, that chemical one looked like we're about ready to do some stuff. There's a future soldier preparatory course. I might think we would have hit these guys up see what we got with these guys. Let's see. Yeah. 12 Bravo, 88 Mike, 92 Alpha in that order. Hey, there you go. Here's, well, speaking of which.
My name is Specialist Avosa. I am a 42 Alpha.
42 Alpha.
Specialist. I love the MOS. I wouldn't choose anything else. I love HR. It's a field that you can get to interact with a lot of people. We're not limited to just our MOS. We get to work with different soldiers. We really support every MOS in the Army, so it's exciting.
Do you see the IPS A thing behind her? I don't know what's up with that. Chef Rush, oh man. Check this out.
Hey, it's Chef Rush here. Everybody knows there's a White House chef with the 24-inch bicep that does the 2,222 push-ups a day for us, for you, for me. But most importantly, I'm retired. I'm still back in the environment, and today is a wonderful day. Every day is a wonderful day to join the military service. United States Army, all the way, hoorah.
That's pretty cool. Bang on metal. Let's see what else. Oh, is this some tank stuff here? Hang on.
Hey, I'm Sergeant First Class Brian Schmidt. I've been in the Army just about 11 years now. I'm from Maricopa, Arizona. I went to basic training right here at Fort Benning, Georgia, and now here I am 11 years later as a 91 Alpha instructor, which I instruct these tanks right here, teaching the future soldiers how to work on these, maintain, and make sure that our tankers are safe whenever they roll out into combat.
There we go. Let's see where else. Tell you piss them off and shit in your eggs, exactly that. All right, so we're going to take a break for a second, and then we'll be right back, and we'll get the Recruiter Times peeps. We'll get them on board, and then we'll 19 Echo and 19 Kilo. Look out, Crunchies. And we're gonna get them on here, and we'll shoot the shit. Hey, man, we'll see how this show goes. It's there's gonna be some. I mean, we're gonna let them talk. So with that, we'll be right back. Everyone, go refill your glasses, smoke them if you got them. Do a couple shots. I don't know, stretch, do whatever, and we'll be right back. Shots.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Nothing feels the same. Left it all behind.
current state.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Sorry, I had my mic off. Back with our guest, one of the admins of Recruiter Times, and I'll just call him Recruiter Times. I just call him Romeo. Get it? Our guest, Recruiter Times, coming on to WTF Nation Radio. Hey, Recruiter Times, welcome for hanging out. Hang out. Man, okay, so let's get to the funk. You guys, how long have you guys been around?
I don't know if you remember that old Facebook page or not.
Yeah.
The started it one day, just started ranting about everything USAREC related, and just I guess I was doing it for myself. And then it just started catching traction. And next thing I know is it's not really about me anymore. It's about the recruiters and the station commanders and the command teams and everybody who's going through, those hard times on the ground.
Right.
And we made it up to about 50,000 followers, and got zucked over a stupid meme. I wish I had a better story that, USAREC came down and the third floor watchers came down and got us, but it was just a dumb meme that we had ripped off of the West Point Facebook page, and we got zucked for it. They took the entire page down for it, and had this page sitting around as an idea for, like, kind of like Military Times, has all their stuff with Army Times and Navy Times. And I thought, well, why not Recruiter Times? And started that Facebook page, and of course we got it up and going. We don't have the following that we did then, but we're still doing it, still get a lot of inbox stuff, and here we are.
Now, it's not just you then, so right? You have a whole admin section of recruiters.
Yes, we do. Anywhere from station commanders to first sergeants, kind of collaborate together and try to decide what to post. A lot of times it's just memes. I'd rather just post memes anyway. I mean, memes are life. So
yeah, exactly.
But it makes people laugh and it gets people triggered. And there's some issues out there that need to be brought to light. But there's some issues that hit the inbox that just would rather not put out there for everybody to read. And some things just don't need to be said; they just need to be passed along. The lost a good asset in Kelly Bland when she left USAREC. I know we've all had a hard time trying to get, I say, a hold of her, but she finally reached out to us about 2 years ago, and she was a great asset to us on the page. I'm not saying she was an admin, but she was a great help. I ain't gonna say inside source, but she was always willing to pass along information and stuff to the CG and the people at USAREC in order to fix some problems that was going on the ground.
Really, I did not know she was part. Okay, well, that all right. No, it's just like WTF Moments. We have people that we speak with, and it people get surprised when they find out who we talk to. So that's a surprise here. Probably everyone's going to be looking around, going, yeah. You said your staff consists of station commanders, first sergeants, and leadership. Has the information that you've received, just like how U.S. Army works, have you received some information that you're able to at least inform the command that that this shit's going on, whatever issues are?
Yes, we did. We're trying to reestablish some contacts back since Kelly left. Before this last command team that came in with the new sergeant, I say the new sergeant major, but not the new CG, the one that just left, that got promoted, Vereen. Gavia and Muth were in the inbox all the time. Hey, thanks for bringing this to our attention. Hey, thanks for this. So it was reaching people, and it was reaching the right people. And as you were saying earlier, that when the right people get mad, that's when things get fixed.
Did so I didn't know that the previous leadership got involved. In some of your social media handlings and stuff like that, have you had individuals come at you just like WTF Moments? We've had people come at us, so I'm pretty sure you guys had come at you to try to drop if we ever find out who you are or whatever. And
yes, we're going to come after you. We're going to take you to court. We know that your IP address is out of California. You name it, it's happened. We're going to call the police. Well, please go ahead. We're going to take you to court. Well, if you can get it through a court in California, go right ahead and do it. don't care.
Right. Now I know I was just talking about, and I was just sliding up some other USAREC stuff. This isn't a bash on USAREC either. This is like, there's some issues that, and that's what I think. Although your humor could be obviously, go to the extreme of what others feel are in good taste, your intent is pretty much that you literally are looking out for the recruiter, right?
They just want to bring laughs to everybody. I mean, let them know that, maybe you're not the only one going through a hard time. There's other people out there too going through a hard time, and there's other people dealing with it. If we can bring those together or give people a venue to vent to that they can either trust or not trust or whatever they want, at least they got somebody to vent to, even if it's just saying, hey, man, I've had this situation happen. What's your advice?
Right.
I've had this situation happen, or we could pass that along to another sergeant major or four or five. We got a brigade sergeant major in the inbox all the time, but
right.
He has always said that he would, if I passed along people's information, that he would talk to them without repercussion and hopefully advise them correctly on the situation.
Has that come back positive though? I mean, when you've had leaders reach out and say, hey, that we're no retribution, we'll fix this.
It's been about 80-20.
Gotcha. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off.
Oh, it's not like it did. Now, do the leaders that come at you, who is it? I mean, is it station commander leadership? How's it broken down? Like for individuals that don't know how recruiting works, how is it broken down with what is considered a station commander? What's considered a battalion? What's considered a brigade? In recruiting,
usually a station commander is a sergeant first class staff sergeant, sometimes a sergeant E5. It's just whoever they can get in charge. But usually a 79 Romeo that is in charge of a station, and then you have, just like a normal unit, your company command group, and you have your battalion command group and brigade and headquarters and so on, plus all the support staff.
So it's not like a typical line unit then? So for instance, a station commander, is it responsible for more than one region, or how does that work?
Well, they're usually responsible for an area, let's say, of zip codes.
Gotcha.
So let's say if they're in charge of Cincinnati, Ohio, they're in charge of a section of Cincinnati, Ohio, depending upon population, because the Army they usually put recruiters in by market potential. And what I mean by market potential, if you look at the way DOD breaks down, because they track everything, it's all broken down, the enlistments total of, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Coast Guard, even though they're not a branch. But they break all that down and they say, okay, well, the Army's market share should be this slice of it. Okay, so how many recruiters do we need to put in this area? Okay, this is what the right rate is right now, within this region. And they put, they assign recruiters accordingly.
And then
it all goes off population,
right? Okay.
17 to 24-year-old age group, population, all that.
I was about to ask about that. Okay, you answered it already. Now, is the old days? Is it still hitting the streets? Beating the bricks. What do you guys used to call? You guys used to call something. You guys little term there that you used to call it. Do you guys still go out to high schools and still prospect that way?
Well, if they're not, they should.
So you're advocating for it then. You want our recruiters to go out there and
recruiting is more than just beating up a telephone, list or, going out and, hey, give me referrals, give me this. Recruiting is about relationships, community relationships,
right?
And how do you build those relationships? You go out and you meet people and you talk to them. Hey, and I know it sounds corny, but that's exactly how it's done.
Right.
And you're not going to build a relationship. I cannot build a relationship, let's say, with you, if I just call you up one day at 5:30 while you're in the middle of changing baby Ice's diaper,
right,
or doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
it's an interruption to your day. When I'm asking for another member of your family, or even baby Ice, just for example, and you're kind of like, who is this guy?
Right.
Why is he calling me? Hey, I'm busy. Click. And that's all there is to it. When you go out and you I ain't gonna say knock on somebody's door, but when you go out and grip some skin with somebody, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, shaking hands, pressing the skin.
Yeah, I get
but
you.
when you shake somebody's, when you shake somebody's hand and you talk to them face to face for 30 seconds, and you put on your own 30-second commercial, selling yourself to somebody, and they start believing in you, and that's the foundation of it.
Right. Now, now here's there's been some changes and I remember you guys talking about, you guys had some posts about individual missions and in specific, what is an individual mission? What is that?
An individual mission is usually where it's assigned down to the recruiter level. Way back in the day, we used to have to go sign for our mission from the company commander, saying, hey, that we will put in 3 people a month.
Right.
In whatever category they categorize them in, whether it's grad alpha, senior alpha, I say other, and I hate to say other loosely, but somebody with a GED or doesn't score as high on the ASVAB as they should.
Right.
But back in the day, we had to go sign for that mission. We were responsible for that mission, and if you didn't make that mission, oh, God help you. You had to go brief in Class A uniform. You had to go to the company headquarters at 6:30 to do PT. Then everybody would go through your recruiting tools, so to speak, and tell you where you were a piece of shit. We called it back when, I don't know if you remember or not, we kept saying individual missions coming back. It's going to come back. It's going to come back, and we were right. That team mission lasted about as long as a fart in church.
So why was it? I mean, because I'm not a recruiter. I mean, from the recruiting side of the house, what made them change their mind to go down to an individual mission? What was the reason why? What were they?
To give everybody ownership of their area and their piece of the pie, so to speak.
Right.
It's the team mission. When we had what they call pinnacle recruiting, where you had future soldier leaders and you had prospectors and you had people that did admin stuff like build the packets and take people to MEPS and all that good stuff. It had its great points. It had its bad points. There's great and bad, pros and cons, how you want to say it. There's pros and cons to each one of them. I just wish we could find a happy medium between the two and merge those two together and come out with a better product.
Now you mentioned that on the I guess you're saying it's almost sounds like you guys were, or USAREC was coming down with quotas, right?
Yes.
Okay. Even though the Army just said they don't say that. They don't say quotas, but they say it. It's in other words. So in other words, it's a fancy PowerPoint term of saying quotas. I'm trying to frame this. How are we looking? I know you and I were talking a little bit earlier about how are we looking on that, on our stats, on our.
Well, last year,
you guys just had one of your huddles, right? So, how are we looking,
brother? I mean, last year the mission was 94,654 people. That's how many bodies the Army needed in total between active Army, reserves, National Guard. I might be off on there a little bit because I might be drinking too much bourbon and coffee right now, but what they grossed last year before debt losses was right at 56,000 troops total. Now I'm not a mathematician, but that's like 38,500-ish, people that we don't have.
Now that's so you're saying that we're short, that those numbers were short from across the 3 components, so active, reserve, and guard.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, do they break you guys down? And in other words, in those numbers, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, I know you just had your huddle. So, do they have those numbers broken down? So obviously, specifically by component. How are we looking on the active side? Is the active side more than the reserve side, more than the guard side on how short we are?
Percentage wise, it's right at I ain't gonna say across the board, but active Army side, we're down a lot.
Gotcha. I understand. I know
And,
you can't brush some numbers up.
Active Army and active Army Reserve components, Reserve and National Guard, they recruit different than, I ain't gonna say recruit different, but the way their mission is assigned is different.
Right.
The Army comes up and says, "Hey, we need 60,000 bodies." Well, the Army Reserve, it's kind of the same thing with their attrition rate and everything, but it's also based by unit. So your Army Reserve mission for a particular station could change, from region to region. It's not just, hey, we need 50,000 reservists.
Right.
One area might need 20, whereas the one next door to you might need 200.
Right.
It's not that extreme, but you know what I'm getting at.
No, I gotcha. And then, so you're saying, because I know a lot of those are inter-service anyways, right? So somebody who's ETSing normally will have a reserve or a guard recruiter kind of link up with them and then say, hey, you want to join them or you know what I mean?
Yeah, usually like career counsel will hit you up, on the way out the door. Hey, don't you want to go serve out the rest of your military service obligation, in the reserves and National Guard?
Right.
And then you sign a contract and going out the door. The part, and we talk about how we're hurting and everything, Ken, but what are we doing to keep those mid-career soldiers in? Because that's where it seems like we're hurting the most. Because all my friends I talk to, other people I talk to, people with 10, 12, 13, to 15 years, F it, I'm just getting out.
Yeah.
Why are those people getting out? What is the reason? Why are we not taking care of our own? And we go back to things like mold in the barracks, things, all these issues that we talk about. And hell, 6, 7, 8 years ago, you guys are talking about mold in the friggin' barracks.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
And we're still talking about mold in the damn barracks.
Yeah, it seems like it's a 3-year cycle. Every 3 years, it becomes as a matter of fact, I think a couple of years ago, we had several family members who testified before Congress about mold in the barracks, and you know what I mean. You saw what happened with that. So, yeah,
I mean, and the same thing with housing. One of my friends, he's got rats in his house. And he calls DPW or whoever the housing is that does the maintenance on it.
Right.
And the only thing they did was go out and drop off some damn rat poison at the front door at 7 a.m. and say, "See you later."
So it's for sort of in the service, that's more of the issue than enlistment. So are you thinking that we're tracking? Yeah. Are you thinking we're tracking better on initial enlistments than we are on midterm careerists, or what do you? I mean, I know there's some numbers you can't really throw out there because of reasons, because whatever. But that's why I'm being general on this. So do you think the numbers?
Yeah. I mean, the Army every year usually meets their re-enlistment goal early.
Okay.
And they usually exceed it. And you know how it goes. They get them capped off, and you got to go to re-enlistment boards, and they come up with all this hoodoo stuff that you got to jump through in order to re-enlist.
Right.
When all you really have to do is go raise your right hand, and any commander will, hey, guy,
exactly.
Welcome back to the team. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Go paint these rocks white out.
Exactly. We got a question that somebody we got people already asking a little bit of questions here. Do you think the OML is contributing to individuals going out, leaving the force, I should say?
That's a possibility.
Yeah, they need to have like some sort of exit review, don't you think? I mean, we talked about this before. Or
exit. What do they call that? Exit interview?
Yes, I'm saying an exit survey. Or why are you getting out? Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. I remember we talked about that. But why are you getting out? And a lot of individuals will be like, "Hey, well, I'm just whatever," and they don't. I got one because I'm old. I was retired. I was retiring. So,
not trying to be, I ain't gonna say funny, but all in all, you give a man or a woman a decent career. You get them out of the situation they're in initially, whether it's they're down on their luck or they're just coming in for, hey, I'm just going to do something for 4 years,
right?
And get out, or whatever the case is. But let's face it, this is, I mean, it's all in all, this is not really that bad of a job. You get paid twice a month, you get housing, you get food. Well, may get moldy housing, but you get food, substance, and you get college for your kids, you get college for you. It's not really that bad of a career. Maybe the pay sucks, but you know how it goes. You get up and rank a little bit, you make it up to some middle class. You can provide your family a home, some health care. All in all, it's not a bad job.
And you get paid. You get paid to do PT. You get paid to stay in shape. You get paid to to bust some caps. You get. I mean,
in the gym of Mother Nature is free every day.
The gym of Mother Nature, exactly that. I just think that they're now. How do I say this? What I don't want to do is I don't want to discount some of the applicants coming in here, but and you guys see this a lot. Your struggle that I've seen from looking at your page has been the what was it they called it? Genesis. Yeah, there you go.
Genesis. Oh my God.
Tell us about that. Tell us about the Genesis stuff. What first off, what is Genesis? And then second, what's its impact?
I just personally, I think Genesis is just a backdoor way to downsize the military. But anyway, it basically goes through it's supposed to go through an applicant's medical history, and it'll either ping medications that somebody has taken, if they've had emergency room visits, doctor's visits, you name it. Because back in the day, let's face it, man, I'm not trying to give away no secrets here or nothing, but I mean, you're sitting down with an applicant and they're telling you, you're going through their medical history and they're 2007 and they go, oh yeah, I visited the emergency room for a broken eyelash. And I say this lightly, or
no, I know it's not funny, but it is. I know what you're saying.
But then you just kind of look at them and go, dude, shut up. Just broken eyelash, move on.
Yeah.
Did a doctor take a knife to you and put anything in you or cut, or take it out? No. Okay. Just move along. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep it going. No means new opportunities, and yes means your enlistment stops. You take it from there.
Okay. So then it is. So there is some truth. There is some truth. Okay. That. I mean, because I'm not saying that I got the foot stomp when a recruiter talked to me. Only because I was gullible to be like, well, okay, yeah, I guess not, and did you ever lie? But I got the recruiter, this back in the day when it wasn't a big deal, that, hey, the recruiter scared the shit out of us. And then also at MEPS, that if you didn't fill out the document accurately, especially when you get to what they call the SF-86 time, don't lie, because you could get, I mean, all this punishment, fines, jail, and so Genesis kills all that. So if someone says, "Hey, I've had no injuries," Genesis kills it, right? I mean that it's an immediate. They could call bullshit on it, right? Genesis will ID you.
Well, yes. I mean, what it is when you sit down with the applicant and you go, "Okay, all right, Ken, have you ever been to the emergency room for any reason, or have you been to the doctor for any reason?" "Oh yeah, well. One time I stubbed my toe and it swelled up a little bit and I went to the doctor and got an x-ray." Okay. Now instead of telling them to shut up about that, or I say shut up or be quiet about that, if you really want to bring it up, we'll go ahead and bring it up. But if you don't want to, here's this nice job right here. You can go ahead and get MP or 35 Foxtrot or, 27 Delta or, but anyway, now you have to put that down. So when you send that medical information to MEPS, when it does ping, they can look at it and go, okay, the applicant admitted to it. Okay, it was nothing. We move on. Or it depends on the chief medical officer that you happen to catch a hold of, and he decides that they're going to run a USAREC level medical waiver or DA Army, DA medical waiver on them. It's just I think Genesis has opened up a whole can of worms that nobody did want opened, and it's now sitting in front of us. And now we really know how many people are not qualified to actually join the military.
Now, real quick though, that's good though, right? I mean, there's individuals that there's specific reasons. I got in an argument with somebody, and it was not online. I got in an argument with a military professional. I'll say that it opens up opportunities that other individuals cannot have before. And I said, well, wait a minute. If, for instance, I wear glasses, okay, and if I come in the military and I wanted to be a pilot and it's waived when originally it wasn't, there was a reason why pilots they don't get glass. I mean, you don't wear glasses. There's reasons why there are specific physiological events to a human body that won't allow you to serve in specific positions like Halo, scuba, going to SEER school. It almost seems like that's what we want, right? We want the quality. We want a I don't want to say a specimen, but do we even have those in the recruiting pool?
Well, here's the thing: is when you recruit people, you got to look at it as I ain't gonna say a stovetop, but you know how you cook your food. And you got the thing's going to be done first on the first burner, and thing's going to be done second on the second one, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep rotating that around until everything's done at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing. The same thing with waivers. You work a waiver pool, or you work somebody that needs documents. You know, when you're working applicants, what's wrong with this person? We need documents. Okay, we'll go get them. You know, take that applicant, go down to the daggum birth certificate place, go get their birth certificate, come back. What does this person need? Well, they need med docs. Okay, take their ass and go get med docs. Okay, now what do they need? Oh, they need a waiver. Okay, submit the waiver, forget about them, move on to the next one. Let's try to get the next person in line up, in. I do think that if as Genesis keeps going along, there's going to be this pool of applicants that's stacked up. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
That they're going to eventually start dropping. So this might or might not work itself out, but time will tell.
Right. Now, because the argument that I got into is like, hey, we'll get people to, we'll have people that are not that didn't have the opportunity to serve, and I'm just thinking. I just think about somebody on a Halo mission or that's doing something that has to do with flying or scuba or Halo, and they have something that was waived that initially through other medicine and science like aeromedicine and scuba medicine that they have something happen to them while they're training or God forbid on a mission, and because they allow that individual to get waived, that the military is just looking at it for the sake, or I should say the Army is just looking at the sake for the numbers as opposed to the actual safety. I mean, like, for instance, it's a joke. Somebody who's blind was just lauded for flying solo, private pilot. And I'm thinking, hey, look, I get breaking barriers. I get the glass ceiling shit, but a blind person getting their pilot's license is about as laughable as a quadriplegic getting a freaking scuba permit. I mean, to do combat missions, I should say, to be able to be cleared. You got to have certain appendages, and you have to have things that are requiring to you to have the ability to do, like the pulleys thing that we talked about before, and the manual and physical dexterity to, I don't know, pump some rounds when you're an artillerist, break track when you're a tanker. It just and Sean just hit it right there. Or a behavioral health stuff. ADD disqualifies a huge number of applicants, even though the Army has resources for soldiers with ADD. I know plenty of functional ADD individuals that do just fine. That have we might know somebody, but that it just blows me away that was Genesis what was behind it? Was it a good idea to track it all the way up through the VA, so that way the VA is not. I mean, I'm rambling here a little bit with a couple of questions at you, so sorry.
Well, think about it like this: the reason we have this stuff on the front side is because of what people are claiming on the back side. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I got you.
If you look at the 2007 through the years, the questions have gotten to be more and more and more on the medical side, and the reason they're asking those questions is because what's the one thing that the VA will get you compensation for? For even if you did come in waived, did military service aggravate that condition? Well, yeah, it did. So you get compensation for it. What did we just come out of? We just came out of Infinity War.
Right.
And I say Infinity War loosely. I know we all been using that term loosely here in the last few years, but
exactly.
But think about it. We've been a nation at war for over 20 years. We got all these veterans that's coming out now. That's a lot of money being spent. So how's one way to save money now? You have to curb it on the front side. And that curbing on the front side is at the recruiting station.
Yeah, that's not.
So when that applicant comes in that's got, all these issues they're trying to hide, or they're what we call station jumpers, now you catch those people and they can't get in, and I ain't gonna say get compensation, but get in, get halfway through basic, drop out, and all of a sudden they're claiming, oh, I can, get 100% VA medical. I'm a veteran now, and I can go to Golden Corral and get my free meal and get my free blooming onion.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like some of that stuff though. Like for instance, I always look at. I mean, I'm half and half, because on some things I could see, like for instance, you can't be blind to drive a tank. You can't break that ceiling. You gotta have all fingers and toes and everything to manipulate equipment. That's a no brainer. But if you were serving and you had something happen to you, or the standard, I should say, the standard of work, because like you said, it's an easy job to do, but it's also very, very rigorous in some aspects. So there's just, civilians just don't go setting up freaking tents every fucking day. So if you got wavered in for a bad back, just say you just did, and part of your job that you were allowed to be wavered in makes you set up a talk, well, and it exacerbates your freaking injury, then it is service connected. Then, you know what I mean? To me, the Army can't, or the excuse can't be, well, we're doing this to prevent, whatever, this is going to exacerbate the injury, even though it is exacerbating the injury, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does. There's a lot of individuals that, I mean, when I came in back in WW and we had freaking, I'm aging myself, of course. We had the question: do you sleepwalk or do you wet the bed? That was right now. If you ask that fucking question right now in recruiting, you'll get fucking reported. You'll be like, why you letting buddy? What's wrong? We could take medicine for that. You know what I mean?
You know what? You know why they asked the question about the bedwetting? Because most serial killers wet the bed after 12 years old.
What?
Yep. Remember that buffer dude, the Israel Keys guy?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
The futuresoldiers.com page just typed in, have you ever run a buffer, and they put in the first damn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Israel.
Yeah, that's right. He was a serial killer, exactly. But it's just like. Go ahead.
Remember we posted that meme? I ain't gonna say we posted that meme, but you remember we posted that picture? Said, I don't know. Don't ask me how I knew that. I guess I just seen a special or something, because I'm always watching serial killer stuff.
I know Netflix does that to you, man. Netflix does that to you.
I was like, what? I was like, no, they didn't. I was like, holy shit, they did post that.
Yeah.
So either somebody's got a sense of humor, or
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, people say you want killers, right? Nobody likes to admit that the Army's job in itself, my English is fucking bad today. In itself is dealing death. You're driving a tank. You're there to cook off some Ivans. Yeah, exactly. You're launching artillery.
To fight and kill nations' wars. Even though Facebook zucked one of my posts tonight for saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Cameron says he wet the bed until he was 46, and he's not a serial killer. But wait a minute, Cameron, is this with or without alcohol? I want to make sure we get this straight. But a lot of the stuff that some of that whole, like the religious accommodation too. What are the parameters for religious exemptions? Because I know the Army. I'll admit it. There's a case. I'll admit this right now. Some individuals that know me, there was a case where soldier, he claimed to be a Jedi, and we were doing an inspection before a jump, and he got mad because I pulled his dog tags out. And this was back in the day when the Army could only accord whatever. And I was being serious, but he was being serious. I pulled out his dog tags, and it said Jedi. And I'm like, okay, if you're a Jedi, you see that Jersey barrier? Use the Force to fucking move that shit. And he's like, that's not how the way it works. I said, well, then you can't have Jedi on your dog tags, because the Army only has specific religions that you can accord it to. and the Army doesn't know how to accord your remains in the event you were killed in combat as a Jedi. What are you supposed to do? Is that, who am I supposed to talk to? How does that work? Is there a book or something like that? And I got a EO complaint filed against me. I was investigated because I said that. And I'm like, for real? I'm getting investigated for that? And I'm like, literally, because that goes into the religious exemptions. To what line do we draw? And then it's going to go into the next question here. To what line do we draw on some of this, but where we could just say, hey, look, if you want an apolitical, agnostic military, then we have to draw a line. That goes into the side of the military being woke or whatever, which, I've, like I said, almost 30 years being in, I'm still waiting for this woke shit to hit me. I mean, is it mean that you're being woke because you're overcompensating or you're overdoing it on the accommodation of individuals coming in rather than being that agnostic or being that apolitical military? I mean, is that where's the parameters on that on the exemptions? I know I'm rambling about that, so we got a bunch of comments saying that the wokeness is killing the military, but do you think we and this is for a recruiting side of the house, do you think we overdo one specific
I think we do overdo a lot of it. I mean, look at what, like you just showed that Marine commercial a while ago. What are they identifying as? They are identifying as stone cold killers.
Marines, yeah.
That is exactly what that commercial is conveying to whoever's sitting there watching it.
Right.
I mean,
right.
hell, that almost makes me want to go to the Marine Corps office right now, with all my documents and say, transfer me.
Right.
I want to be a Marine, but I don't know about some of the stupid stuff they do, and I'm just not privy to that. I don't want to. I'm not.
Boy, they do have. I mean, they do have some sort of. They have some sort of draw, almost like people like to say that the Marine Corps is a cult.
Yeah, but you look at who but they also only target just about specifically high schoolers, and they look for a certain, I'm gonna say a certain mentality, which I guess we should look for it too. But you go and look at the type of people. I ain't gonna say the type of people. I don't want to get into all this, but you just look at the type. They're looking for a particular mold, and when you walk into one of their recruiting stations, the first thing they challenge you as soon as you walk in the door. And what's the one thing you do when you're challenged? Hey, are you good enough to walk through that door? Well, son of a bitch, yeah, I am. I am good enough to walk through that door.
Yeah.
The hell with that. You got to do 10 pull-ups before you can come through that door. And if you do 9 and they tell you to get the hell out of there because you're not worthy enough, what are you going to do? You're going to go back home. You're going to go rig up a pull-up bar somehow, and you're going to practice some shits.
Just like that kid that just lost 100 pounds to join the Marine Corps. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then so they challenge that bravado, and whether it's male, female, however you want to put it, and you're not worthy enough. You can't be a Marine. You got to prove to me that you want to be a Marine. That's how they challenge those people. And then once they get, I ain't gonna say get their hooks set into them, but once they get that back out of the person, they're done. They're hooked. They're in. They're a Marine. That mentality is right there from the get-go, from the recruitment station. But what do we do in the Army? Hey, do you want to join? Not are you not worthy enough to come through the door? You can't be in my Army because I bet you can't lift 100 pounds over your head.
Right. Yeah. That's why I was asking, because I'm not saying, and I think due to the fact that I ain't gonna say it's an identity crisis. I'm just no. I
know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, I get you. I just think that sometimes the how do I say this? The populace isn't used to seeing our force. That's what I think it is. It's like our populace says the Army is a cross section of society and the culture of America, and with social media, they're seeing the cross section and the culture of America, and I'm like, what's the what's going on here? I didn't know we had LGBTQ soldiers. I didn't know we had this many women soldiers. I didn't know we had this many minority soldiers. And social media has now peeled the onion back. We talked about peeling the onion. I remember we made that comment before. They've peeled the onion. Social media has peeled the onion of what the Army actually is. And I don't know. Again, that's why I keep flying back to show me where it said show me where it says it's woke, because I've had multiracial, preference, that I've served with, multi-gender serve with me, and I've never, aside of the fact that the Army already has policies in place in accordance to AR 600-20 and the EO regulations and whatever DoD directives that come down, that I've never seen. You know what I mean? There's stuff like that already in place.
And we were all, and the thing is we were all soldiers.
Yeah.
We told those dark jokes to each other, and we survived those nights together and those hard times together, whether it was in a recruiting station or out in the daggum sand dunes or wherever you want to be at. That never bothered me. I don't know about yourself or anybody else in the audience, but so what if Sergeant Joe over here is gay? He's never hit on me, so I'm not really worried about it.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. There's policies already in place that there's individuals that get offended when you say we're all green, we're all soldiers. And it's like the policies that we have in place are for that reason, because we are all soldiers. And even if you were to get hit on, or I'll admit it, I've had some moves thrown at me, I decline. Sorry, I'm not that way, or that's not me, or I'm married, I'm single, I'm going through some shit, what have you. The Army already has policies in place to report that, to combat that, to whatever. So that's why I don't understand why everyone gets back to we need to get back. Well, there's a comment right there. Someone says we need to get back to lost its identity, and we need to get that back. And the thing is that a lot of individuals they feel like, okay, look, yes, we know that there's issues. We know this. I don't understand how come the Army doesn't like to come out and multitask it. You know what I mean? I don't know why the Army doesn't say, hey, look, we're dealing with this shit.
Just quit tiptoeing around the issue and we need soldiers. We need you. If not you, then who? If you're not going to join, then who do you know that will?
Yeah.
And you keep moving down that damn line until you find somebody. And it's a hard job. It's a thankless job. And the one thing that I don't particularly like is I know it's happened to you. It's happened to me. You go into a recruiting station, or you go, hey, I can be this force multiplier. I can help you out, or I can, give you referrals or whatnot. And the only thing that comes out of the mouth is, well, how many referrals do you got today? Never mind. I'm not saying give me a T-shirt, give me a hat, give me some damn lanyards, because hell, they ain't got none to give out. The supply store that the recruiters use to give stuff out is just depleted, or they don't have contracts. I mean, I get on sam.gov and look, and the only thing I see is these dumb little football helmets to give out. Give me some lanyards, man. Give me some pins. Give me some T-shirts. Give me some backpacks. The National Guard, the Air Force, the Navy, they don't have no damn problems getting it. So where's the damn supply chain issue? Because let's use theirs.
Right. Yeah. You see that? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, yes, we know there are issues like that are out there. We're combating it. But waving it up, and you need to be loud, then fuck yeah, let's all be loud. But we all need to be loud together on this, on what we have like an EO issue, or a SHARP issue, or a sexual harassment issue, a discrimination issue. We all need to be allowed equally on this, so that way everyone hears the Army. Now I'm just saying, not us individuals, but the Army needs to come out and say, just like that whole fucking Donahoe shit, just like that whole fucking the fucking recruiting, the calling campaign, just all that shit is like, I wasn't the audience for that. I was already in or out at the time, so I wasn't the person that they were attracting. I'm not the demographic that the Army is going to. But the populace society has to realize that those individuals that were in the calling are in the Army. That's what blows me away. It's like when fucking Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson went off their shit. I'm like, dudes, they're in our Army. Yeah, I totally get if you had some sort of agenda that you wanted to post about whatever your side you want to lead on or whatever, but these are troops that are already serving with us. These are troops that are already, and then
when they had such a good idea with all that let's face it, they kind of had a good idea. I kind of saw where they were going with it, but the delivery of it was just so bad. What is that one video that Angry Cops did the parody of? You know, he was raising a Mormon compound by 10 moms. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
That video got more likes and more shares than the original one. They had to shut the comments off on the original one because everybody was just so angry.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying though. What was the reason to be angry? I mean, it's a rhetorical question, of course, but what was the reason to be angry? You know what I mean?
No idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad she had 2 moms. I'm glad she joined. I hope to God she was an alpha, and hopefully she's doing great things for the country.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me one bit.
Yeah.
Long as she shipped.
Yeah, as long as she's I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm talking to a recruiter here. As long as she's shipped. So what about the vax stuff, man? I know there's so many there's been change, and I know you guys have been attacked for being anti-vax. You guys have been attacked for talking about, but I'm from what I'm seeing, I think people are just picking apart some of the hyper vitriol from your posts or from the drama, and then place their own agenda to it. But some of the stuff you do, and I've talked about this before. You guys are asking legit questions like, okay, hey, look, we have changes to the vaccination requirements. We have changes to how we're not being locked down anymore. We have changes to this. These are legit questions. Why hasn't the DOD or the Army changed that in that effect? Like, for instance, do you think that the vaccination stuff has been a detriment to recruiting?
Well, come on. I mean, social media has got us all divided on the 2 sides now. It seems like, Elon Musk said on Twitter he's trying to avoid that and bring us all together in a common town square and all that good stuff. Not trying to go down tangents about our man Elon here, but yes, and I mean, look at the way the country's divided over a vaccine of all things,
right?
And yes, that does affect recruiting, and I don't want to wear a mask. You're breathing your own carbon dioxide. You're breathing it. And don't. You know what, dude? Don't really care. Do you want to join or not? And quit wasting my freaking time. I got to go knock on somebody else's door, and I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And I went and got. I'm not trying to be. I went and got the vaccine. Okay. A lot of people. I got friends. I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. Dude, I just went ahead and got it. You know why I got it? It wasn't because of, I'm going to get it and I'm going to be cured. No, I just didn't want to wear that stupid mask no more. I felt like an idiot walking around with it, and I just, I'm a big enough idiot as it is. And I just, I didn't want to, look like one too. So I just went ahead and got the damn vaccine. It's like, okay, have you got your vax? Yes, I do. I have. Shut up now, please. Can I take my mask off now?
And then they fucked up. They fucked up even bigger because they still made you keep your mask on after you got the vax, and then they kept changing that fucking thing back and forth. And that's the thing. Yes. You guys brought that up. You guys said, hey, wait a minute. You told the force, you get fucking vaccinated. I hope we don't get fucking zucked, but oh well. You get vaccinated and you get to keep the masks off, and then somebody freaked the fuck out. Somebody freaked out and said no, because what if there's individuals that are immunocompromised or what? The units, and we posted it on Army WTF Moments as well. The units weren't even following fucking protocols to begin with. So when you guys asked that question, hey, can we take our masks off now? You guys were being attacked for being anti-vax and anti, whatever, just like we did too. We got attacked for it too when we asked. So. Or questioned, I should say, but you guys got more of the. You guys have, like I said, you guys had your way of saying it. Hey, this is fucked up. Why are we wearing masks? You said get the vax, take our masks off. Now here we go. You know what I mean?
You get attacked all the time. I don't take it personal no more. Yeah. It's it is what it is.
Do you guys? Speaking of which, does U.S. USAREC do they process vaccine exemptions? This is.
You mean like
for instance,
for soldiers in?
Yeah. So say I'm a prospect and I want to join the Army, but I'm saying I'm not fucking taking a vax because of yada 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 yada. And then do you guys process vaccine? Because I have a question DM sent to me that doesn't want to be announced who it is. Do you guys process vaccine exemptions while someone's, wanting to ship? I want to join the Army, but I'm not taking the fucking vax because I have some issues and I have some vaccine exemptions I want to put in. Can you submit it before you even join?
I think they can submit it, but it might not go nowhere.
Gotcha.
And it might. I mean, the ones I've had got told to tell those applicants go kick rocks.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a requirement after they get in. You don't have to get it before you get in, but after you get in, guess what? You're part of us now.
Yeah.
You do what we say.
Yeah, gotcha.
You're in the mafia.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, because there's like several other vaxes and all that we get anyway. So I was just curious because people are asking and dropping the questions there, and I didn't want to out this person because this person, and that's the thing too. And think about it right now. This is where we're at. We can't even have somebody ask a question in the comments about a vaccine exemption, which it's their right to fucking ask. That's what pissed me off when this whole vaccine shit came out. Before, when it was an option, we said it's an option. We even got asked by senior Army leaders, "Hey man, are you anti-vax?" What are you talking about? It's like we're saying, hey, it's a choice. It's right now it's a choice. And so so right now I have somebody DMing me right now that can't even put something in the fucking chats because of the fact that because their command's gonna go after them, or some fucking hyper partisan individual that wants to have 15 vaccinations with 15 masks, and then wondering why they got fucking Forrest Whitaker eye, or Katy Perry eye, whatever you want to fucking call it now. Well, it turns out that I guess it was like a eyelash, but there's people that are questioning that shit when they see somebody that likes to brag about getting all this fucking vaccination stuff. Those are questions that somebody should be able to ask, especially if they're going to come in. If they're going to come in and they want to join, then what the hell?
Well, the way I see it, here's me personally. This is right now that vaccine is under under the EUA?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
So this is my opinion, not the opinion of the U.S. Army, U.S. Army Recruiting Command.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that little caveat out there. It should still be a choice. But you've been in the Army a while. Back in the day, used to go get your flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
The flu shot season's here. Go get your flu shot.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it was back in the day. Half people go get it, half people wouldn't. Well,
yeah, that's
2001 kicked off.
Yeah.
2001 kicked off. Then all of a sudden, all these soldiers had to start deploying, and we got to get medically ready. Okay, let's pour through everybody's medical records. What do you mean you ain't had an HIV draw in 9 years?
Right.
What do you mean that you ain't had a flu shot?
Yeah, but
recently?
we didn't crucify them. We didn't throw them out of the fucking Army because I'll admit it. I've even said it. Yeah, I've said that before. That I've skipped out. I've had a fucking opportunity where the flu shot was coming around and all that, and that was one of the big. Oh, you gotta get a flu shot. And it didn't fucking bother me. I didn't get fucking in trouble. Or when I was in charge of a company, I didn't fucking flip the fuck out and start processing fucking packets to kick out our troops. I didn't do that. It wasn't the emphasis wasn't as bad as it is for some reason right now with COVID. That's what, like I said, when you got soldiers that can't even ask the fucking question in the fucking chats right now because their fucking commander or their first sergeant, hyper partisan to whatever, will start freaking the fuck out that you're being anti-vax. You're being anti-vax. That's a fucking issue. Yeah, the watchers. Yeah, I mean, I sit there and I can see the chat. I can see who's in the chats, and I can see who's in it. I mean, I can see who's commenting. I can see who someone's joined in. So it's like fucking.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. I'll be honest. I try to avoid it, and I'm not trying to avoid what you're saying here tonight, but
no, of course.
I get what you're saying. It's just one of those hot topic things, kind of like politics, and everybody gets fired up over it, and then the next thing you know, there's a line drawn in the sand, and people want to fight each other.
Right. Yeah. Oh no, we see it on social media, man. It's gotten to the point to where I want soldiers to jump on Twitter to see how your fucking leaders are acting, and see how your leaders act to other individuals in the military as well that just simply ask a simple question. You know, where's the, what's the deal? What's going on? Why can't I ask this question? How come I can't say this? Or you post something on fucking Twitter and they identify you as being in the fucking military, which blows me away, is a lot of individuals that get mad about anon accounts or anon themselves and want you to fucking just drop dimes on, you know, on who you are and shit. You know what I mean? It just fucking blows. And me, I'm of logical thinking. I think I'm a reasonably thinking person. I'm reasonable. I believe in common sense thinking. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear both sides. You know, I don't want to fucking sit there and argue about whatever, but I want to hear both sides to an argument. And it just, fuck, dude, it just pisses me off that the vax thing is specifically recruiting. Do you know how many numbers we've lost? I mean, I know you can't say specific numbers because what's the, you know what I mean? To losing numbers to the vax. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I got dogs raising hell right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Yeah. They only do this when I'm on the telephone. But,
yeah, I hear it. Just like kids do the same thing too.
Yeah. Hey, daddy. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I mean, to say that COVID's not an excuse, and when I'm not saying it's an excuse, but it is a reason that we have. I mean, you mean to tell me that if we told people that, hey, you don't have to get the vaccine even when you're in, or it's an optional thing, that would not increase enlistments?
I don't know. I mean, do you think? I mean, there's certain vaccines that you have to get when you go into country. Like for instance, we got told if you don't get this, and you're getting deployed to Africa, your ass is gonna get, your feet's gonna fall off. You know what I mean? If you don't get this, and nobody wants to get scared. I get scared. Nobody wants to get freaked out. Nobody wants to get some Ebola shit. Would you get, if there was a vaccine for the Ebola virus? What do you think would happen? Would you?
Curious. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about it. I'm going to see if it works,
Yeah,
or if I'm going to grow a 5G antenna on my head. I'm kind of like that person,
Right, dude. QAnon said there was supposed to be a massive drop dead event, and I'm pissed off that Order 66 didn't happen. I'm kind of pissed off.
Man, you too. Man. Yeah. Oh yeah, those that's some funny stuff right there. You can go down some rabbit holes if you start following those websites.
Exactly. Oh man, I get attacked all the fucking time, dude, about that stuff. They're like, oh god, here we freaking go.
I'm the kind of person too that'll start out with something scientific, and next thing I know, I'm looking at how propeller shafts worked on World War II aircraft in the morning.
Exactly. Or I'm the kind of guy that YouTube's the guys that are digging. That make swimming pools in the fucking jungle. So you see that one, those two Asian guys that are in the jungle that decide to dig out a little freaking a little place to hang out. I'm like, holy shit! A
little abode.
Yeah,
a little abode with a doggone paint paddle. It's like, how the hell they do that?
Exactly. And they start cooking up food and shit. I'm like, how the fuck they able to do? Anyways, hey, Recruiter Times. I know we could go all night with this stuff, but I appreciate you guys hanging out and shooting the breeze. And again, I appreciate y'all's shooting the shit and let me in, take a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it might make me lose some followers, but you know what? It is what it. I ain't gonna say it is what it is, but it's just, whatever. Another day, another dollar. I'll find some more.
So hey, real quick, you could be followed on Facebook. You guys got an Instagram and you guys got Twitter, right?
Yes, the Instagram page, we got like close to 4,400 followers now on Instagram.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not too many, not as many as you guys, but we've been picking that up lately. Been trying to pay a little more attention to the Instagrams.
No, I got you.
Because I ain't gonna say Facebook is dead, but Instagram lets me get away with a little bit more racy memes.
Yeah. No, dude, you guys are pretty. You guys get pretty spicy, man. You guys are pretty spicy in some of your takes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, I mean, nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, just shit. You're authorized to throw your takes out. Again, I can't have soldiers or I can't have individuals comment on some of the stuff. There's a problem that I think that
Yeah, and that's the one thing that irritates me is, when you get people in the inbox and say, my command is forbidden us to like, follow, share, even throw a laugh emoji on something.
That's
or
right,
I
man.
got a phone call the last time that, I hit like on there. It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
Are we really getting that petty now over over a Facebook page or an Instagram page, or and that's why I think we got one user on our page right now that comments all the time called Crumbled Pop Tart. I know that's a fake. I know that's a fake account.
Yeah, it
I'm not
is.
dumb.
Yeah,
Now, there's a reason this person has a Facebook page called Crumbled Pop Tarts, because they're
Right.
too afraid. Their command's going to bring the hammer down on them for, trying to comment or even like a post. And we knew of a command team not too long back that tried to set a trap for a soldier.
Mm.
And they tried to give the soldier Article 15.
Mm-mm-mm.
And what was so funny was when it went all to legal just basically told them to go pound sand.
Mm. Mm.
Then just told the command to have a nice day and just
Yeah.
get the hell on with their lives, and don't worry about that, and worry about bigger and better things,
Yeah.
like DUIs and drug use and screwing your subordinates or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could go on another session about that stuff. If there's, of course, but if anytime
Oh,
you guys want
God.
to come on and talk more recruiter stuff, you guys are welcome to shoot the shit. I know there's individuals
I
that
appreciate it.
the individuals are like, hey, are you gonna have those guys on there? I'm like, hey, they're just another influencing page that has to deal with recruiting, and let them on. So again, brother, thanks for hanging out. Stand by real quick. We'll keep talking during the break.
All right, thank you.
All right, so recruiter times. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Smoke them if you got them, and then we'll be right back. So shouts.
Take a look inside your life. Is it so bad? Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Why you keep it in your head? Is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. Wanna see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you needed now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back
There's a lot of tough talk on Twitter, but there's not a lot of real talk.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
And we're back. Man. I think it's one of those nights. You want some ganja man? I'm just kidding. Sorry. I shouldn't be talking like that if we're talking about recruiting shit. So, anyways, thanks again, Recruiter Times, for hanging out with us and shooting the breeze. That was fun. And damn, I could have gone more. I had more stuff on the notes here that I wanted to frickin' talk about, but you know, time constraints and yada yada yada. But anyways, so real quick, let's just run down some notes, you know, and let's see what do we got going on here with our notes. So tomorrow, let me real quick. Let me look at this. And so we had no show yesterday or Tuesday. We had today, and then tomorrow we don't have a show for Friday Night Freedom. And I think Pookie might be Pookie might, I don't know, he may or may not do a couple tests or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to see what he wants to do. And then that's for Friday. If not, then don't worry. It's no big deal. Just because we will see a no-show doesn't mean Kaz has got some stuff going on. He's going to be out and about traveling and stuff. I know CQ wasn't able to do that because he was out traveling and doing some stuff too. So if you follow his socials at Pop Culture Warrior or WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page, you'll see what we have been up to. I know this is the season where we're out going to conferences and going some, just doing shit, which is awesome. I know in a couple weeks I'm flying off to do some stuff again, and then I'm gonna head out west the beginning of December. Man, it's a lot. We all got a lot of stuff going on. Pookie needs to step up and fly it solo. I know, man. I know Pookie. He's been busy doing some stuff. It's kind of cool seeing what he's doing. Working and shit. So, damn it, you see that? My fucking cube just went out, or did it go out before? It's odd. I need to recharge the batteries on that thing. It takes up a lot of energy. WTF Nation Light Cube. But Monday is Halloween, my favorite holiday. And yes, I will be in my full Halloween accoutrement, my costume. I will be in costume broadcasting. And it's going to be hard because it is a very cumbersome piece of equipment that I have to wear. But it'll be fun. Only because I'm going to take Baby Ice to go freaking trick-or-treating afterwards. So it'll be a quick show on Monday. The Monday edition is going to be a Halloween show. Maybe a little sci-fi to it, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm excited. I'm going to have to adjust my seats and stuff like that because I'm going to have to be wearing some stuff. It's going to be pretty fun. I like stuff like that. And then it's pretty fun. And then the little boy does some trick-or-treating, and I think I was invited to some Halloween celebration type stuff. That's going to be fun. I always like doing that. That's always cool. I need to get out anyways. See the fandom and see all that. And then the next day on Pop Culture Warrior is going to be it's going to be his Halloween special. He's going to be in costume. So I'm excited. I like Halloween's my favorite holiday, man. It's you get to dress up and all that stuff, and you can get extravagant or you can get low key. It's mostly for the kids and all that, but there's nothing wrong with being a grown up and doing that. It was fun, Recruiter Times. Thanks again for hanging out. Do dinosaurs have boobs? I don't know. We talking about cougars? We talking about wait, what is that? What are we talking about? I don't even want to go there, Heath. I don't want to go there. I don't want people to get offended if I start saying that anybody over 35 is considered a dinosaur if they got boobs or not. We talking? Yeah, I said that. WTF Nation Radio. But so it's gonna be cool. Monday, Tuesday's gonna be a freaking Halloween extravaganza. It's gonna be pretty cool. What else? I don't think I have any guests scheduled. I already looked on the cut sheet and I don't see anything. I don't see any. Hang on, look at that now. I don't see anything in there. You're gonna be a Halloween. You're gonna be a narcissist for Halloween. So a ball cap, big nose, and some glasses. Is that what you're gonna be, Heath? You're gonna be me. You're gonna be. I know. I don't know. Maybe I should. There's a backstory with the narcissism right there. Maybe I'll peel back the onion a little bit of my personal life one day and see what the fuck's up. Might be a good show. But anyways, thanks guys and gals for tuning in and listening into Sergeant's Time. Whatever platform you want to listen to. Pretty soon our podcasts are going to be going up, which I can't wait. So that way you guys will be able to listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. We also, dude, that good idea. That was a good idea. Call staff duty for Halloween to deliver some treats. I might just do that. Just might call some staff duty. For a minute there, I said Call of Duty. Call of Duty multiplayer just released tonight. You guys already done Call of Duty. The gamer kids are all excited talking about doing Call of Duty. So I'm excited. Now, like I said, I don't know. Just Halloween's fun. It's just a fun thing. But at any rate, again, looking forward to getting our socials, our podcast systems up, and then we're also going to get the. Let's see, we got, what else do we have? We're two Facebook pages, WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments. Also, we have the YouTube. We're also on Twitch and Twitter. We're on the Twitters. And, yeah, fucking hey, dude, I'm pumped. I'm excited for I'm excited for 2023, too. It's coming up. Got a lot of things going on. Got a lot of things going on personally. Got a lot of things going on that's just like, a severe change in life events that, can't wait. There's going to be a mutant for Halloween. Wait, that's every day. Maybe into a clown or something. Ooh, yeah, dude. You're like Pennywise or some shit. So, breaking news. As of an hour ago, Elon Musk is now in charge of Twitter, with top executives leaving the building. The CEO and the CFO have departed Twitter. Elon Musk has now owned 100% completely of Twitter. That's what I'm talking about. I'm here for the popcorn. Exactly that was what Dr. Man says. That's awesome. So here we go. If you guys don't have anything to me, again, share, like, and follow all of our socials and stuff like that. If you got any guests that you want to come on, hit contact at WTFNationRadio.com. Of course, any mold issues or any other collabs and business inquiries, hit connect at ArmyWTFMoments.com. And with that, y'all have a good night. See ya. Shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.